Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such corporate veteran on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Sukesh Kumar Sharma. He is a distinguished and accomplished professional renowned for his decisive, strategic, and performance-driven approach in the fields of project management, construction, engineering management, and consultancy. With over 4 decades of experience, he has established himself as a strategic leader in the industry, boasting a remarkable track record of managing diverse infrastructure projects across a vast portfolio, including the construction of new railway lines, gauge conversions, doublings, major bridges, tunnels, high-rise buildings, large-span bridges, and workshop structures. At present, he is serving as an independent director on the board of directors and also a chief technical officer for a construction company and as a vice president at Accuity Infrastructures Management Services, a consulting company. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. We appreciate your willingness to share your knowledge and engage in this conversation. So, Mr. Sharma, could you let our viewers know about your 4-decade-long career with important highlights on milestones, important professional decisions, etc.?
Mr. Pancholi, I graduated from IIT Roorkee in 1975. And after that, I did the Master of Technology also from the same institute in environmental engineering. Therefore, the foundation of thinking about the environment has rooted in from 1975 onwards. After that, I joined the Central Building Research Institute, where I studied a lot of the rural housing schemes, rural housing throughout India. After that, I joined the Steel Authority of India Limited for a short period of over 5-6 months, where I got deep insight and depth into the steel making process in Bokaro Steel Plant. After that, I joined the Central Public Works Department in Delhi, and where you might have seen the CGO complex, where I raised the block number 6 and block number 9 up to a certain height. After that, I joined the Indian Railway Service of Engineers, where I have been involved into the design of the track, bridges, and the maintenance of track and bridges, and the construction also for later part of life, and for about 37 years. And after that, I joined the L&T also in the Hyderabad Metro for roughly about 3 years. There, I was the consultant to the L&T Metro. This is a short journey. And some of the important the challenges were quite few. Number one, the high-rise building in the CGO complex, block number 6, block number 9. They were quite in a very by the side of the raw building. So there were a lot of restrictions on the the construction activities in civil building. Somehow or the other, we could resolve all these issues in the block number 6, block number 9 of CGO complex. Then after that, in Indian Railways, I moved throughout India, roughly right from the Assam, Tripura, West Bengal, Bihar, and the Lucknow. Then I did some part of my duty in Hyderabad, and then ultimately retired from Chennai in 2015. During my railway journey, there are a lot of, in fact, challenges. First of all, challenges was especially in Bengal and Bihar of law and order. was the very big challenges were there. But somehow the other, the Bihar and Bengal people, I found a very positive aspect. I know. The positive aspect is this, that the people of Bihar and Bengal are very tormented and very suppressed people are there because of the social forces. Once they know that this fellow is not going to exploit our condition, then they will worship like anything, worship anybody now who they determine that he is not going to exploit them. This is the one very beautiful things which I noted down in the people of the Bengal and Bihar. Various people say bad things about Bihar, but the Bihar is a quite positive, but they must know that you are not going to exploit them. That is the beauty of Bengal and Bihar. But by the said after that I joined the RDSO, in which two times I had been trained into the US for US and France for about 6 months each period, during which period I got to know the advanced techniques of the track designs, track management, and the maintenance of the track. So therefore, these are the issues. Then after that, when I was working in the as Chief Administrative Officer Construction in South Central Hyderabad, they are the important issues of the challenges of the construction. I got a lot of experience in construction engineering. For example, railway line, new lines, doubling, gauge conversion, etc., etc. And there were some nuances because the construction is not only civil engineering construction. Is closely related with the electrification and the or electrical the problems, and these are signal telecom also. So therefore, somehow the other we could resolve that issue. And that during my time of 5 years as CEO construction, I got to construct the first green building in Hyderabad, during which I have been awarded by the President of India also in 2013. So this is my brief journey, and then of course again I retired from the as a District General Manager from the Southern Railway, and people say very bad thing about Southern Railway for North people also, and during the working in Chennai and Tamil Nadu, but I found the Tamil Nadu is one of the most beautiful state of the India, where I could not find any problem whatsoever because of my language barrier. Of course, when the people of the Tamil Nadu are so fine gentlemen, they know that he is not going to speak the Tamil. Therefore, they immediately jump to the English. But they are very sensitive people and very fine people. I could never find any problem as far as the Tamil language is concerned. Though, of course, they were speaking very fluent Tamil. I could also pick up some of the points of the Tamil the language from there. But whatever throughout my people say very bad things about the Assam or Tamil Nadu or Andhra or Kerala. But during the course of my railway journey, I touched every nook and corner of country. But I think people are very fine, very helpful. No problem. They are very, very helpful. In case of, if I am having any problem, you go to Assam, very helpful people. Go to Tamil Nadu, very helpful people. And they will not find anything, any problem with you whatsoever. So that the beauty of our country is like this, that of course, if I am not going to expect them, they will be very fine. That is the last word I can say about my country.
Mr. Sharma, thank you for the excellent start to this interview, and it's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. All right, so continuing our conversation, our viewers would like to know, you have a vast professional purview. So how have you come about handling such intricate and otherwise unrelated functions and roles?
Unrelated functions or role, of course, I have told you about the unrelated means law and order problem. I had told you very clearly. And especially in Bihar and Bengal, I could resolve them with my handling of the people. Other problem which I got to know in the, that when I was working at Digital Railway Manager, Vijayawada. And Vijayawada is very famous for the that area is very famous for the in Andhra Pradesh, very famous for the AIDS. You know, AIDS. AIDS is very prevalent there. So much so that the DRM Hyderabad, DRM Vijayawada has been made a chief coordinator of the AIDS prevention program. So therefore, I got to know the problems of the AIDS patients, prevention of AIDS patient. They are what you call it. They are coaching, or they are some sort of a exposure to them, how to live, how to lead their life, how they could prevent the AIDS. This person. In fact, I had been made. In fact, DRM Vijayawada is the coordinator as far the AIDS is concerned of that particular area in Andhra Pradesh. So that there's and the other problem is that law and order problem again is there. Vijayawada is very famous for law and order problem. Especially, I'm telling you the problems of the insurance. The insurance is a big issue in the Vijayawada division, in the sense that the people, they insure their cattle and they leave their cattle on the track, and they probably manufacture a collision with the track, and the cattle dies, and they get beautiful the compensation from the insurance companies. There is a big business in Vijayawada. And the other issue is, only one or two issues are there. There are old people of the Vijayawada division around that. The old people, they are about 80, 90, which are of no use. They get the insurance of their fathers or relatives who is very old. Then they leave him on the track.
Oh God!
That is another big issue is there in around that area. So somehow the other, though people tell me like this, though I could not encounter any such. But if the rumor is there, definitely there must be some cases. So that's the. But anyway, I think not only technical challenges during my the professional life, but I think I give more weightage to how you deal human being. We are perfect human being, and we are perfect the experts in handling a material, machines. But I think we are very weak in the arena how to handle a human being. I think that is once who learns how to handle a human being, he can handle anything. Because he can handle anything through that human being now. So therefore, that humanity always has been my part and parcel of my life, and I always try to achieve great things by handling a human being. That is what by sympathy, by empathy, by solving their small problems, some personal problems, some personal advice. I think these are the more important rather than tackling the technical issues and all the technical issues. There are a lot of people are there below you to tackle all these technical issues and managerial issues. But I think I should. In fact, I did a lot of efforts. I put a lot of efforts in handling a human and their personal management. That's probably which has been my forte.
Rightly said, Mr. Sharma. So building onto that, our viewers would like to know, with your Longhorn and multifarious experience, what advice would you give our viewers who are future disruptors in the corporate world?
A lot of things are going to take place. Lot of things. For example, where the areas where the disruptors will be definitely there, provided that particular area of function is amenable for digitization and amenable to the mathematical treatment. There is no place of the subjectivity into that field. The disruptors will be many now in the future now. For example, all these even design has been more or less gone to the artificial intelligence, machine learning, the database, the large database, and your artificial intelligence, I have told you. But the maintenance also, there will be a lot of things has to be done. For example, one thing is which probably in maintenance, actually I could find out in the maintenance, there are a lot of the areas are there in maintenance which are not subject to the mathematical treatment or which are not prone for digitization. In fact, whatever we call it, artificial intelligence or machine learning or large database or the other area, whatever is coming now, they are all depends on the two things. One is the subject, the particular field is subject to a digitization. That's number one. And number two, it should be some logic. It is amenable for such a logic handling. Because AI also is loaded with one is the digital, one is the logic side of it. The logic side, there should be a logical. And then then in those both fields, the subjectivity has no place at all. So I think we should try all on this, the artificial intelligence, machine learning, database, etc., etc. Only on those areas which are fully objectivized, for one, and which are prone for the complete digitization. There, the disruptors, they will find a lot of success in those fields. But of course, the unit design, the maintenance and construction, there will be a lot of disruptors are going to take place. And with in fact, actually for men, after 1 or 2 years, I will find myself completely useless in those areas. Those type of revolutions going to come. And we should be prepared for that. I think we cannot even imagine those areas, which areas the artificial intelligence is coming, machine learning is going to come. We cannot even imagine that. A lot of things are going to come. The complete sea change is going to come in all the areas, the designs, construction, and maintenance. All these things are going to come. We should be prepared for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Since we are talking about technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? That is part A. And part B is, what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, Web 3.0, etc., etc.? Like whole the transformation.
You see, there is as far as the railway is concerned, or is civil engineering as a whole is concerned, because the railway is also comes under civil engineering, largely civil engineering. I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, the civil engineering is not amenable to the complete mathematical treatment. There is a still large area of subjectivity. It depends on the person concerned, who is designing from the, let us say in design. Who is designing, who is the designer? That lot of things are depends on his subjective decisions and all these things. So if you come along the construction also, of course, construction where we are bringing a lot of these areas, artificial intelligence. But I think we could ingress maybe about 20% only in the construction area. There's again, based on your human management is there, probably which are not amenable to the artificial intelligence or mathematical treatment, something like that. Coming to the maintenance part, maintenance we are trying to bring in some more objectivity into it, but we are not able to do it so far. For example, track design is basically a 60% objectivity is there, and still 40% is subjectivity. So until unless the fully the objectivity, we bring 100% objectivity, so that we can bring some mathematical treatment or digitization into the process. Until unless we do that, I think it will be very difficult. It will take a very long time. For example, blockchain, you told me. Recently, your Balasore accident, you might have had Balasore accident in which 700 people have died.
Yes.
Had it been a blockchain involvement into this now, this would not have happened, this accident. That is the beauty of the the blockchain or the artificial intelligence, etc. That is the future. So what had happened is, now what had actually, I'll tell you the balance instance, small incidents, so that you will understand what is. There was the cables were going. One is cable was going for this level crossing, and one cable was going into the signals. They mismatched is there. What was the cable there was coming for the level crossing? They joined, they did the circuit and the signals. Whatever the signal was there, they mismatch. And nobody bothered, and nobody probably got to know that they have made some mistake into this joining and all this thing. Had it been probably some sort of a monitoring by the artificial intelligence, such thing would not have happened. We are human decisions. We are too much based, Indian Railways, too much based on the human intelligence or human commands or human execution or human understanding of the thing. Still, we are not come out from that phase. So until unless we come out from that phase, some issue will always be there. For example, in the track maintenance, this is the track maintenance. Track maintenance is still, though we are trying to bring some more machines, recording systems all have been mechanized, and on the, for example, I'll tell you one thing: the recording has been done on the moving loaded track. You know, track geometry differs from the static condition and the dynamic condition. So our all track measurement cars, which are track measurement car, are based on the loaded condition. They measure the track. While our people in the field, they measure the track in a no load condition. There is no load because they put the measurement gauge on the track. Now the static condition, dynamic condition. We could not set up a probably correlation between these two. We still are very far behind. Now, based on this human management, or based on human measurements, we plan our track maintenance operations. So therefore, that gray area is there. So that gray area has to be closed as far as possible. And then, for example, one more area is there. We could not even understand so far 100% success. Why a rail breaks? Rail breakage is a big subjective decision in India. We are still, in the dark now. Why the rail breaks? The rail breakage and the rail fracture is still some sort of a gray area for Indian Railways. So that until unless the gray area is fully understood that why rail breaks and what is the probability of rail breakage and what time the rail will break, that is still an area of concern for the Indian Railways. Not only in Indian Railways, this is a world over like this. But there's a lot of differences there. They estimate, for the Japanese railways, they estimate that the rail will break on this point. And actually rail break at this point of time. And rail breakage within 10% gap of that time. For example, if they say that rail will break on 31st January, so rail will actually breaks either 10 days before or 10 days after. That is the area margin. In the railway, in Indian Railways, that is a big problem is there. Actually, we say that rail will break, let us say after 31st January. So rail may break 3 years before also, rail may not break even after 3 years also. So that is the area of concern for big ASEAN. So we are still probably we are still doing some research or some new thinking is going on. But just an example I'm telling. But a lot of these IoT things and has gone into the construction phase, where still people are monitoring with the help of video cameras, with the help of your drone technology. All your construction progress are being relayed to that headquarter and all these things. We are taking some decisions on the based on those photographs and based on those recordings, etc., etc. For example, I'll tell you one thing, one small example I'll tell you. The concrete mixer is there, with a big size is there. Concrete mixer mein, we could IoT things only one, we could take only one step. That is, the concrete mixer there, the water is being mixed by a dozer with a predetermined quantity. Only that the IoT things probably is there. Except that, still we have to go very far off from the digitalization or IoT, and but there are a lot of scope in it. I fully agree with the lot of scope there, but we have to go very far to the construction and maintenance on the IoT or the artificial intelligence or their issues are there.
Okay, let's move on to the subject of corporate governance and ESG. So here is my question to you. How and when did you develop an interest in ESG and corporate governance?
As far as the right from the day I completed my BTech, MTech in environmental engineering, that day was there where I got a lot of, I was very concerned about the environment as a whole. Not environment in the narrow sense of your plantation or water usage, but environment as a whole, probably how the society thinks. For example, one example there, my, there the, I'll tell you the one incidence, the Banaras to Calcutta. They are going to open some sort of a Ganges. They are going to open some sort of a boat by the transportation will be there by the boat on the Ganges. Now, in fact, I had written an article also on this, where you see when to prevent the corrosion on the steel boats, you are painting with a lot of hazardous chemicals you are using. When the boat will travel from Banaras to the Calcutta, you are in fact polluting the Ganges river right on the Banaras itself. Am I right or no? All the chemical will be there in the water. They will dissolve in the water and the water will be polluted. This is number one. And number two, second, when I got a lot of in the initial days, when Tihri Dam was constructed, Tihri Dam in the on the Ganges. Tihri Dam on Alaknanda, rather, not the Alaknanda, which is a major tributary of the Ganges. There, the Tihri Dam, in fact, right from very beginning, I think it started in the during 82, the work started, not Tihri Dam, 1982. But in 1976-77, the World Bank team they came to the Tihri Dam, and I got a lot of interest into that. What is their report and all these things. So therefore, they came and then they say, "Ki now this site is okay." On a very, very narrow sense of the environmental factors. Narrow sense, as which probably now, it will be interesting to know for you. Now, the Tihri Dam is a rock-filled dam. It is not a concrete dam, rock-filled dam. Rock-filled dam means you go on dumping the rocks into the river now. And then on the both sides, you put some sort of a covering by a concrete, big thick sheet of concrete. That is a rock-filled dam. This rock-filled dam, they say, is it. And then your Tihri is considered in zone 5 of the environment, your earthquake consideration. So they say the life of this now from the water consideration is about 100 years. They say like this. They have estimated. But I have more my concern as far as the earthquake is concerned, and the environmental effect on the forest, environmental effect of the people who are on the downstream, living in the downstream side and all these things. No, there is a big problem is there, and environment has been already I am somehow the other I am not very comfortable about this. Recently, you might have learned that you see this in olden days, the Kedarnath and Badrinath, they were Gangotri and Jamunotri. There are 4 places are there in the Tihri, in the Garhwal, Himalayas. In olden days, people, if I still remember, they are, when their family life is over, their all responsibilities are over, they used to go to these 4 places. And before that, they used to tell to their family, we may come, we may not come at all now. What was the reason? Reason was that just to keep the sanctity of the places intact. Now, not only about 10 years back or 15 years back, especially on Kedarnath, people used to travel about 27 kilometers on foot. The bus used to leave only up to that point and proceed. So what happened now? Now is there, you are putting up the hotels right in the mouth of the Kedarnath. And that's why you might have seen a lot of the problems are there. The water is oozing out, they are sinking into the ground and all these things. So heavy structures are being put. And probably it not only from the environment point of view, it has got the snowball into other areas also. The lot of, so what will happen now? The effect, people were just a merrymaking, enjoying trip. To go to the Kedarnath is the enjoying trip. Now, this was not, this was not in a proper way of, the religiosity has gone lost forever now. Now, people are going for the merrymaking and all this. That was not the precise reason. So now it has got on the snowball effect on all the environment, not only environment, the society itself, and then coming to the corporate world now. Now, corporate world now is not only considered, the corporate world is not, as far as the ESG is concerned, it should not, because previously, let us say about 10, 15 years back, when the ESG was not implemented, then the profit making was there only. Corporate was the only objective was profit making. Now, if you transfer today now the sake environment, not only environmental social governance, is not only affecting the people around this factory, they are affecting the larger people also. They are affecting the complete, probably the city, dwelling city. They are complete the environment cities now. If you see the butterfly effect, you have seen you might have heard the butterfly effect. Butterfly effect is there when when the butterflies in India, it can create a storm in the US. That is the butterfly effect. Now, the butterfly effect, though, you never know if I am emitting so many pollution into one area, what will be the snowball effect on the other areas? We are still in darkness. So therefore, corporate world should be concerned not only for the environment, not only water saving, not only for the land pollution and other type of pollution. These are very minor things now. But they should see the complete society as a whole, how they are affecting now. The corporate world also cannot sit in a island. Around the corporate world, suppose a big poverty is there around that factory or production center, etc. And then you can say you can generate some profit without bothering how the people are living around me, whether their schools are there for the kids, whether there is sufficient drinking water is available to these people or not. If my smoke is affecting their health, what are the water availability, how much water I am taking, how much water I am leaving for those people. Until those areas, probably the day is not very far off. These people, they will come to the factory now and they will hold the people like, hey, you are not here only for the profit making. You have to worry about us also. We are the impacting people now. On your factory, impact is coming on us now. Day is not very far off, boss. Whatever the way the people will be educated, when the people all will be educated, they will come to know the effect of those factory production on their life. So probably there right time, I think ESG has been introduced into the India now in a very. But I think the ESG people are somehow the other. If you see very frankly, I am very frank now. All these industry holders, the corporate world, they have opened a foundation. All the people, they opened one foundation. And they are doing some sort of a philanthropic job or some job through their foundation, probably. And they are giving some people, they are giving to some aids or some social organization, or they are depositing the money into the PM Cares Fund. That's all right. But the overall, a lot of issues has to be tackled on ESG front. Lot of issues are there. And their issue is going to be very serious in the future. That's what I'm saying. The one probably point tipping point is coming is very near now to the India, tipping to the industry as a whole, for the corporate world as a whole. I think corporate world should waken up now, and they should take some strict action to improve the ESG now, and to do work on the ESG before that the tipping point comes up. So that is a very, very, very great area, and we have to be very serious in it. There is not very far off, boss. There is not very far off. Now today is our education. Let us say about 60% people are educated. 40% remaining education, and the remaining 40% will be educated. They is not very far off. It's a matter of few years only. Then they will come to know what corporate world are doing for the betterment of life. So then this is a burning issue, and this is a big challenge for all the corporate world. And they should take this, the corporate world, of course, I am nobody to advise them. But as a corporate thing, what I think now, they should take slightly more seriously. And they should think the society also, social governance, environment factors, to their people also who are working there, their conveniences, and not only that, in ESG, there is a concept that the corporate world, suppose they are taking some material from somebody. So the corporate world is the main employer. He is not only worried about his, as per the ESG rules, he should be worried about that fellow, how he is dealing with the fellow, from he is supplying the material to them. Not only that, if I remember correctly, ESG rules, maybe a 5 step down is there. You want to up to 5 steps down. You have to worry now. The corporate world will be responsible for the 5 step down, what this fellow is doing about the corporate, about the ESG. So that is a very serious issue, and that's what the blockchain will come into the blockchain technology. What the fifth man is doing, the effect will come on the fourth fellow will come, whatever he's doing, they come on third, then second, first, and ultimately the primary corporate world. They should be worried about that issue there. There is not very far off, then the people will be educated, and they will come to know what these Johnnies are doing to betterment of my life, and to the polluting of my water sources, polluting of my land mass, polluting of my society. Slightly a dangerous area.
Mr. Sharma, thank you so much for sharing your take on ESG and corporate governance and how it should be taken forward for the betterment of the society and environment. All right, so before we conclude our discussion on this subject, one more question to you. As an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring along?
You see, education, I am an environmental engineering. And environmental engineering, there is one big, unit was there, rather 2 big units are there, the social aspects of the environment. So probably my background of my environmental engineering and environmental social concepts now. First of all, I would like to improve the life of the working environment of the people, the working, the corporate, what they are feeling, how they are feeling, whether they are convenient, they are happy. The person concerned, my test is concerned when the fellow comes to a certain production center, so he should come happily. He should not be forced into there should be a desire to go to a production center. And when he should leave in the hand, he should be more energy, and he should have a plan for the next day, what he is going to do for the betterment of the production processes. So that is the actual test of the production process convenience, whether is happy in the corporate world. And I tell you, if people are working in the company, if they are happy, if they are happy, they are going to benefit the corporate in a much, much bigger way. People are happy, all efforts they will put into their work and heart into the work, and they will do a lot of, they will increase the profit margin of the corporate world. This number one. Number two, around the people around the area which are living in the production center, then what is their difficulties and how they are being resolved, how they can be resolved with the help of the corporate center. Whether sufficient schools are there, drinking water is there, their living conditions are there, and this is what probably we must do it now. And social and the people should have very, very, very positive idea about this. You see, there is one idea where what you call it what is that man, that Bangalore fellow man, air flight man? What is the name? I forgot the name of that. Who is that airline business? Bangalore based, who fled to the UK.
Yeah, yeah, Kingfisher one.
Kingfisher one.
Yeah.
People should not have, as far as the corporate world is concerned, people of the 140 crore people who are at least who are educated now, or 100 crore people who are educated, they measure the success and image of the company not by the positive factors, but by the negative factors. They are making this is what my presumption is, on my reading is there. Now people are making the image of a corporate world from that, ultimately it is the people, the corporate profit or corporate success depends, I tell you, on a much larger perspective, what 140 crore people think about their corporate. Am I right or no? As far as the Indian consumption is concerned. Now the thinking of the 140 crore people about the corporate sector is measured by this negative type of, not by positive type of people. The positive type people still, I think, what is the ESG is there. And there is one more weakness is there. What is the corporate world? What is their ESG they are doing? They are not telling the people also. That is a big the vacuum is. They should give complete exposure to the 140 crore people. Look here, suppose a corporate X. Now corporate X is what they are doing on ESG front. They should tell to the 140 crore people here why they are afraid of. Then I am not able to understand what they are afraid of. 140 crore people at least leave out even not even 10 lakhs of people may know. For example, Tata. Why did Tata they are doing on a ESG front? At least for when the ESG was implemented for the last 5-7 years. In 5-7 years, what they have done for the society as a whole, or what from environment as a whole, what they have done. Why they are afraid of telling the people? There's a big vacuum of information, big gap of it. And I tell you, all this, even human relation also is based on the communication only. I am setting up a relation with you only through communication only. So until this communication is very proper, communication from the corporate to the public, 140 crore people public, the ESG front will remain always, will be a doubtful concern. Until unless the doubt is removed by each and every corporate who are supposed to, of course, who comes under the umbrella of the ESG, the things will be, the people mind will be clouded. So there's a great need by telling to the corporate, each and every, they should tell to the people, look here, we are doing like this here. Yeah, look like this. Whatever they do, it depends on them. Whatever they do, it is on the public is not going to dictate, but the public is having a rightful right to know at least what Mr. X is doing, corporate X is doing, what corporate Y is doing, what corporate Z is doing, and then there are a lot of gap of communication. And the day gap will be closed, the people will come to know that some good work has been done by so and so company, so and so company, and so company are doing. they will also have a lot of responsive attitude towards the corporate sector. The corporate sector is not only the profit-making center, or the the corporate world is concerned. At least, and the corporate world is understood by the 140 crore people in the terms of the profit, in terms of the share bazaar, in terms of the Dalal Street, in terms of the BSC, in terms of the Sensex, and all these, these worlds are there, all the jargons of the corporate world. They are measuring the corporate world success only through this. Only through this. Not the whatever they are doing to the society. Understood? No? So that is the measurement is there of the success of the corporate world. Depends on the image which they create in the minds of the 140 crore. For example, one factory is concerned, let us say one car is, of course, is costing about 10 lakhs, or let us, for example. Now the 140 crore people are not going to buy the 10 cars is there, the 10 lakhs car. But definitely they must be interested to know, and they are interested to know why the car manufacturing company, how much damage they have done, and what damage they are taking the measure to the betterment of the society. Each one of the 140 crore people is concerned for that. And they are not concerned, they are not showing their worry, they are not probably speaking, or because they do not know. The moment they come to know that ESG is there, there is some sort of ESG. Even out of 140 crore, even only 1 crore people know, maximum. They know there is the ESG concept is there. 130 crore do not know at all. So 130 crore people, if they come to know, okay, there is some ESG is there, and every sold by some parameter, each and every corporate is supposed to do some, their expectation will go. And the moment their expectation will go, then they will question the corporate world also. Okay, look here, your profit is so and so, you are supposed to do so and so money. Then questioning will start by the 130, 140 crore people, not by the anybody else. Now the moment, then they will corporate world, they will understand the importance of ESG and the importance of communication. The largely communication is much poor. The ESG concern is concerned. So that's what I want to bigger. We have to think on slightly bigger scale. That's what I plan to do. Of course, if I get the opportunity, I plan to do on this line.
Amazing, Mr. Sharma. All right, so this brings us to the last question of the session, and here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
No, if you see the company laws, when they have, I think it was 13, they have made certain rules about the independent directors. If my memory is correct, they were 13. After 13, then the people, various corporate worlds, they shook up from their foundation. Okay, what is happening now? Now they have to keep there some sort of outsiders. Independent directors are outsider only, who has no knowledge of this of the company concerned. They are outsider. Now the moment the independent directors are there, of course, 1/3, whatever the company law says, 1/3 should be the minimum strength of the independent director. And they have also made, company law also made the audit committee chairman should also be from the independent director. Now they have made such a. Now these things have been told by our by Mr. Zishan Pathan in a very good, very good initiative, I must say. First of all, he is telling to the people, if you, first of all, these are the rules, and not only the individual will be benefited like me, the corporate world itself will be benefited from the initiative taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan. So that they will also come to know, then they will, suppose they see a video of Zishan Pathan, they will go back and see their company laws, what company law says. When company law says minimum 1/3 is there, 1/3 sure, definitely they would like. So therefore, the demands of the independent director is going to increase like anything. As Jishan Pathan in one of the one of the lecture, he said very beautifully, the demands of the independent is going to be increased like anything. So therefore, I think they very good initiative, excellent initiative. And I hope so when the independents, all the big corporates and who are, or a small corporate also, when they will have probably some people who are knowledgeable about the industry, knowledgeable company laws, and knowledgeable about the working, how the corporate world is done. I think there will be a lot of improvement in the corporate working itself. Not only in that knowledge-based side, but then, of course, they will not sit idle because they have been whatever the the booklets they have sent and whatever the Jishan Pathan has written text they have written to us. It has very clear. It has been very clear. The responsibility of the independent director are very onerous, very heavy responsibility there. So one people who has been probably has listened his views and who has read his literature. Suppose I join some software board of directors, definitely I will not forget the words said by that written text or said by me Jishan Pathan. So I will take up my independent director job very seriously now, as per the exposure given to me by this institute, and hopefully I'll be able to, our people, independent director as the institution itself will be able to help the corporate world by not only by forcing, but by the proper arguments, by on the corporate world itself. Corporate world, I tell you, I'm sorry to say, the corporate world is not fully professional so far in India. There is still, I heard a beautiful lecture by some Bangalore-based man. I forgot, he is a corporate expert. He has arranged, only institute has arranged these lectures by, I forgot his name. Very, very great gentleman. And he used to lecture us in just like a video conference. He used to lecture us in this program. And he always, 3 terms he used to tell, Lala, Bola, Sala company. So still I cannot forget these 3 words. All these companies now, most of them, not all, but most of the companies at the moment, they are the Lala, Bola, and Sala companies. So, I feel, but probably with the introduction, with the heavy infusion of the independent directors through the great efforts of Mr. Jishan Pathan and the great initiative, people will go to the board of directors. They'll be able to think afresh without any cloud or doubts of the working of that particular corporate world. They're still fresh. A fresh mind is sometimes is much better than the clouded mind. Who has any experienced director, a fresh mind goes, he will think from the fresh ideas, fresh things. He still, I hope the environment of corporate world is going to change in the infusion of whatever the initiative has been taken by Jishan Pathan. That's why I think, and I take a big thanks to the World Heritage Institute and thanks to the decision which I took by joining this institute. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Mr. Sharma, as you said, there is always a scope for betterment, and we will try our best to bring us a small but a major change into the governance of corporate sectors and how in future independent directors could shape up the corporate fabric of India. All right. Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Sukesh Kumar Sharma, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So nice of you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.